Third part will be the pull, and the fourth part will be the exit. Alright? So I'm going to go through each part and tell you what I'm looking for in each part. Alright, in the first part, the reach, the first thing I want to see is I want everything nice and relaxed, everything really smooth. I don't want any like forced reach. I don't want you to reach too far as well. That's kind of what your arms, I want your hips to initiate the motion. And once your hips initiate, your shoulders will naturally follow. So your hips initiate, your shoulders follow, and then your arms will just naturally extend. Alright? Things I don't want to see is people just having the arms lead the whole motion. Alright? I kind of want everything to start bottom up. So in every sport that you ever play, it always starts bottom up. Alright? It starts with your legs, your hips go, your shoulders go, your arms go, and that's your reach. Alright? Certain things I don't want to see as well is first I don't want to see your top arm too high. Sometimes I see a lot of people paddling this. It puts a lot of strain on your outside shoulder. It's not sustainable throughout a 500 meter race. Alright? So yes, reach, top arm a little bit lower. And I've seen a lot of people reach a little bit too far recently. So we're going to cut back the reach a little bit. I just want it to be nice and relaxed, not overextended. Okay? So just big reach here. And the second thing I want to see, so that was one. So when I do the drills later on, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. When I say 1, I want everyone to do the reach. When I say 2, 2 is going to be entry into the water. Alright? And when we enter the water, I kind of want you guys to just kind of fall on the blade. Alright? So just reach and fall. Certain things I want to see is I don't want your blade to be... I saw a lot today that we kind of reach too far and then we enter, but by the time the blade is fully buried, it's pretty much halfway. So I want you guys to try to bury the blade where you enter the water. Yeah. So reach, bury the blade where you enter the water, and I just kind of want you guys to just kind of fall on the blade a bit more. Yeah. So just reach and fall, and reach and fall. And everything is nice and relaxed. You just reach and you fall.
4K.
There's no like
4K.
There's no like forced reach or fast fall. Right? I just want everything really smooth, everything really relaxed. Alright? Certain things as well. If you were looking up too much, so what happens that you reach and then you fall. The one thing you need to think about is that you don't be looking too high. Because what happens is when you look, I'm going to face this way a little bit more, is that if you look too high, it's really hard to fall down on it like this, because it puts your neck in a really awkward position, right? So kind of want you guys to reach, and you got to look down a little bit more, and just kind of fall on it. So one thing you got to remember is that your body follows where you look. If you're looking up, it's really hard for your body to kind of go that way. If you're looking down, if you remember the story about my brother's ass crack and how that's all I see at every race, right? It's really, it's not a good memory, but every race I've ever had, that's all I see. It's just in my face, just zooming in and out. All right. But
Sal, I'm so sorry wherever you are.
yeah, so we can before we start practice, take a moment to pull up your pants. That'd be very considerate. We'd all really appreciate that. But yeah, but in a really strange way, it kept me really focused on where my body goes, right? So I just kind of go towards, it's a bad image, but I go towards my brother's ass crack every time I paddle. Alright. If you were to look, so if you were to reach and you kind of look at where your blade enters the water, what ends up happening is you kind of fall out the boat every time. So this is not a very natural sort of anchoring. You can't sustain this for a very long time, right? I want you guys to have a bit more of a natural position and be inside the boat a little bit more. Don't be worried about like being inside the boat. Yeah, I want you guys to be inside the boat a bit more and try to focus on falling on the blade a bit more, rather than kind of trying to anchor like this. This is just really weird and awkward position. Does that make sense, kind of? Yeah, and when you fall on the blade is really when you take weight off the boat. Alright? Because when we fall on the blade, that's where we're going to take weight off the boat, and it makes the boat lighter. Rather than physically being out and And anchoring like this doesn't change the weight on this doesn't change your weight on the boat. Alright? But leaning on your blade, and the more pressure you put on your blade, the more weight you take off the boat. Alright. So for certain things is I want you guys to anchor a bit more naturally, just at the hip. Alright? And that's one, that's two, and the three, and number three is the pull. Alright? In the pull, again it starts bottom up. It all starts with my left leg, with my outside leg. Left leg goes, hips go, shoulders follow, and everything follows. Alright, if you don't start bottom up, then your shoulders initiate the pull, or your arms initiate the pull, and it's all of a sudden it's only like there's only half as much strength as using your whole body. Right? So I kind of want everything to initiate bottom up. I want your hips to be a little bit more engaged in the stroke, and when you feel like your inside knee is coming back and forth. Alright? So certain things, anchor straight and back.
4K
So
resolution.
kind of like this. Right? Just straight and back. Have your knee kind of going back and forth a bit more. And fall onto the blade to put your weight on the blade. Alright? And I kind of want you as well, this is a big part, if you're going to take away one thing, I want your blade to be fully buried before you pull. Alright, so two is enter and 3 is pull. Sometimes people combine 2 and 3. Alright, so we're not fully buried and then we start pulling, it's only half a stroke as well. Alright, I want quality strokes, I want bigger, quality, more powerful strokes rather than many little weak strokes. Alright? Yeah, and then the last thing is exit. To be honest, I don't even know where I exit. I kind of exit somewhere around here, but I'm not too concerned about that because I kind of want to come in, big explosive motion, and then exits wherever I exit. Alright, exits once it gets negative. It's somewhere around mid-thigh. I'm not too picky really, because around here there's not much power anyway. Right? I want all the power up front, big stroke, and then we exit wherever we exit. Yeah. So big strokes, very deep. And don't reach too far. Alright? So we talked about how breaker works a bit too hard last time. I kind of want you guys to work a little bit smarter. Don't reach too far. Big powerful strokes. And more full body motion. Just kind of lean on it. Yeah. So today at practice today we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I say 1, I want everyone to kind of go like this, and then I'll correct you along the way. Alright, to make sure, because I know it's hard to take away everything I just said. But I kind of want everyone to go like this.
That's why it'll be on Facebook.
Okay.
But there were 3 things you wanted us to remember.
Oh, there's so many
You were
things I
going
want
to
you
count
guys to
4.
remember. Oh yeah, so one was.
I was like,
Okay, sorry. Good question.
I'm paying attention, yeah.
So one was the reach. All right. It always starts bottom up. Just this is one thing you remember. Just remember it starts bottom up. All right. In every sport, it just starts bottom up. 1's a reach. 2 is a plunge, where you enter into the water. 3 is the pull, and 4 is the exit. Okay? So when I say 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, we're going to go to the position and hold it. We're going to correct a few people, and then we're going to move on to the next stroke, and then we're going to take it that way, yeah? Cool, there's a lot to take on. We'll figure it out. It's a work in progress, and we'll take it slowly, yeah?